Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. I'm going to give you exactly what you want. At the end of the day, you want to know, are you going to get rich tonight? You want to know, is the market going to go up? You want my price predictions. You want to know what I think is going to happen. I mean, that's why, after all, you're watching the channel, right? Apart from the community and the friendship and the fun and the entertainment, that essentially is what you're hoping to get from me. Well, I'm going to deliver that all to you right now. As you know, if you've been following my trades and positions over the last 3 years, not the first year, I learned how to do this the first year, but the last 3 years, my predictions, targets have been spot on consistently. If you watch me on Discord and you see all my trades on Discord, or you see all of my trades on YouTube Electrum, and you know my price targets have been right, and you've seen all my trades, and you've seen all my winning analysis, say yes in the chat. If no, and I've been wrong, and I'm losing money, and I'm doing it all wrong, and I haven't shared my trades with you, and my price targets haven't been right, say no, you're a liar. You made it all up. Please verify me and fact check me. What makes this job difficult is when you know things, you can't unknow it. I've spent all my life building friendships and relationships. And as you know, I have contacts and friends just about everywhere. And I have also, as you know, direct links to a White House press room contact. And that information has made today extremely difficult for me. Very difficult indeed. Lots of pressure. You know, I've reported to you some breaking stories. We covered the Epstein story around Bitcoin. We did some deep dive analysis. Lots of very difficult stories we've covered on this show to do the right thing, to always provide you with the best level of service, not to make trending videos. No. But to provide a value of service. So first of all, I'm going to, before I give you all my prices, predictions, and where I see everything going, first of all, we're going to apologize for not being as with it as I'd like to be. Today, I let you down. I wasn't live as much as I should have been, and we have a schedule, and I'm always there for you. I said I always will be there, and I've been in this same business of entertaining in front of people for 41 years. I never miss, and today I've been a little bit loose with my times, and I haven't even been on Discord, and I will be on Discord after this. So I want to apologize for letting you down. I have not delivered to the standard that I set myself, so I apologize. And the reason why it's been difficult is because at the beginning of this war, I shared some information with Sensei. As you know, Sensei has family in Iran. I shared some information which I got whispers directly from a press room White House contact, and that information I'm now going to dispense to you. I told Sensei about it, and it upset him a little bit. He didn't comment on it. He didn't know what to say. But I said to him right at the beginning that I hear from reliable sources that the conversation of nuclear is on the table. So because of this has made things very difficult for me today, because at the end of the day, I am not here for Trump or against Trump. Some of you think I am. I am not. I'm completely impartial. I'm presenting you the facts. Facts that I find directly from the horse's mouth, directly from sources. And what my job is to do is to not only entertain, but it's to share my experiences and be honest and real. That's all that matters to me. Nothing else matters. I want to make money with investing. That's my investing you're seeing there. But the channel is about providing a value of service that I can be proud of, not just get subscribers and super chats and whatever. I want to provide something of service. And the information I shared this morning was based upon facts, history, and some people don't like facts and history. They just simply don't. They say it's fake if they don't like it, even though it's directly from the sources. So what's made today difficult is I've had some very, very frightening information. And at the bottom of all this saber rattling and threats and anger and politics are human beings, hundreds of millions of innocent people. And I tried to share that with you this morning, the people of Iran and the whole Middle East, because everyone will be drawn into this, all around the world. In fact, we're all paying the price in some way for the war. We might be paying a dollar more for a gallon of gas, but the bigger issue is for those facing annihilation, as the president declared himself today. And why it's been so disturbing is I've had reliable sources share with me that nuclear has been been whispered in the corridors. And that's what scared me today. And we are only now 3 hours away. It's already begun. Attacks on the island, Gark Island, I believe it's called again, have already begun. That is America. It's not just Israel. They are involved. And tonight, in the next 3 hours, it does appear that we are going to see Trump move forward. Now, there is some good news, and I'm going to give my price predictions and how I see the market going in a moment, so please stand by. If you'd like to tap the like button, that would be great. And if you could subscribe, that would also be wonderful if you'd like to. It really doesn't make a difference to me. It doesn't, but it's nice if we get a gold plaque. I would like to get the 1 million. Anyway, so it does appear in the last few minutes that Trump is moving forward with tonight's threats. And that could be the worst case scenario. It, of course, may not happen because in the last hour, I've received some information that you will not read about on Bloomberg or CNBC, but I have some very good friends. And I can tell you there is some discussion going on. There is some last minute movement. There are hostages being sent to France from Iran as we speak. There are deals being done behind the scenes. And we may have a de-escalation tonight where Trump can declare victory. And I certainly hope that's the case. But my prediction for the war and what happens tonight, I just don't know. It is going to come down to the wire. We could have an all-out attack like we've never seen before for many, many, many years on Iran. Very likely. Trump is preparing for that. This wasn't a bit of noise. But we could have some de-escalation. I just don't know. So let's move on now to the stock market, how we can win. Because we can. Let me go back to my portfolio. This is my portfolio. We've had a record-breaking year. Despite everything, my trades have all been right. My predictions have all been right. My targets have been right, and I'm going to share them with you now. And if you want my trades 24/7, one-on-one support, you can all have it for 90% discount, a couple of bucks a month. The link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top. There's Discord, or you can get it from my YouTube Electrum. I post it there as well. But let me show you on the screen. In the last year, I'm up at 41%, and that's no options, no shorts, $82,000. Now, I am simply an investor that focuses on numbers and history and facts. I don't care about noise. Noise personally is upsetting, but I don't focus on that. And this has been very difficult today because I might be quite good at investing and I get things right most of the time. But at the end of the day, I'm just a bloke from England, from a little village, and I'm a piano player. I'm a musician. I'm a singer. That's what I am. That's what I'm best at. And today's been very difficult because I'm seeing for the first time something I never thought I would see. When I came to America, I asked my wife, what is American TV? What is American news? I came from England 8 years ago, and I said, what is American news? There's hundreds of channels. I don't know which one to pick. In the UK, it's the BBC and Sky News. And they just cover the news. They tell you what's happening all around the world. It's not really opinion-based. It's just news. So I asked my wife, and I said, what is the news channel in America? And she didn't know. And I said, how can you not know? She said, "What? I don't know what you mean." I said, I don't understand how you don't know what I mean. What is the news channel? And she said, well, there's loads. I said, well, which is America's main news? She didn't know. So I selected news on the TV, and I went through hundreds of bloody channels. I couldn't believe it. From CNN to Fox to NBC to ABC. And I discovered something. I landed on CNN at first because I thought, well, that's an American channel. It looks all American. It's red and white. It looks quite good. And it was when Trump was in power. This was when I first got here. And it was, I hate Trump, I hate Trump, I hate Trump. All the way through it, I thought, oh, where's the news? It was just, I hate Trump, I hate Trump. I thought, okay, this doesn't seem to be the news. So then I went to the next one in the list, and it was Fox. And it was, I love Trump, I love Trump, I love Trump. I thought, well, where's the news? Where's what's happening in Africa, China, Germany, England, America, science, money, health, I don't know, whatever. It was all just, I hate Trump or I love Trump. I thought, this is ridiculous. So then I went to the next channel, and it went on and on and on. So I realized, I learned that America has opinion-based entertainment news. That's not what I need. That doesn't help me. That reinforces my beliefs, and my beliefs are whatever I'm watching. So I don't want that. I don't want to be brainwashed. So I thought, this is no good for me. So I got used to that. So I started to do my own research and my own study and build up my own relationships. And that's how I get my news. That's how I invest. That's how I win. And I'll share my predictions in a moment. All of that, you see the studio's green. This was my prediction, by the way. So here we are. I'll come on to the predictions in a moment. So then I learned something yesterday which completely threw me. I thought I'd seen everything. I thought at 57, I've seen a lot of things. I learned something else. So it was when the post came out from Trump when he used the F-bomb and the B-bomb. And I watched it on Sky News. And on Sky News, they showed the post, and they didn't read out the F-bomb and the B-bomb because they showed some class, right? We're not going to swear on TV. What's the point? But you saw it. And it was just, there's the news. We're not going to read it out. Nice. Class. Good, right? Good. Okay. Then I went over and switched, and I watched CNN. Remember what I just said? CNN don't like Trump, right? So they read it out, and they actually read the words out. And my jaw hit the floor when I heard them actually F-bomb and B-bomb. I thought, oh my God, I can't believe the newsreader read that out. Well, of course he did. He wanted it to sound as bad for Trump as possible. Look at this. This is terrible. Swear, swear, swear. It just wasn't necessary. We could see what was said. And I thought, I wonder how Fox will report on that. So going from the British version to the I hate Trump to the I love Trump channel. I went to Fox, and I was equally floored, maybe more so. I watched the Fox broadcast, and what they did was, they hid the words they didn't like. The F-bomb and the B-bomb, they were literally hidden off the screen. They showed a part of the news, a part of the statement from Trump, and didn't read the words out at all. So trying to make it sound better. I thought, this is ridiculous. This is reaffirming what I thought. We don't have news at all in America. What we have is total manipulation. And then I spoke to a source today, which I cannot reveal, And I discovered that we have CIA operatives built into the news organizations and own part of the news organizations. I learned that today from a one-on-one conversation, which I can't share with you. And I was like, this is crazy. We're literally being fed information like they are in a communist country. That really shocked me. So it's like, I thought I would share that with you. And all this today has troubled me. It's why I feel I've let you down. I've not been live on Discord as much. But this is why I'm winning. Because I'm not getting my news from X, social media, Fox, CNN. I'm getting it from the CEOs, from the banks, from friends in the White House, people that work at the businesses, and my own fundamental analysis. So let's come on to our predictions for tonight. I honestly don't know what's going to happen, right, as far as the war's concerned, but I know exactly what's going to happen to my portfolio. Let me show you. This is my portfolio, and you can see I've got 1 cent in buying power. You can't have less. I've put every single penny that I've ever earned into the stock market. This is how bullish I am on my information. I've used every penny of margin. I've used every penny of credit card borrowing. Other than selling my house, I've no more money to put in. That's how bullish I am. This is my position. There is my margin position. There's my cash all gone. And these are my positions. I am all in on XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and I'm up on all of them. And I've used tax harvesting to get these future-proof gains from profit. I've managed to buy the bottom. Now, there's some information that I'm getting out of Iran, that Iran is not part of the ISO organization. So there could be another reason for this war. Something to do with global money, payments, and power. Because if it's not, it can tie with Russia and China. There could be a big crypto story. I'll be covering this in future broadcasts. So I'm fully invested and fully believe, not with a faith, not with a religion. I believe in XRP purely because of contacts, friends in the right places, friends at Ripple, talking to the right people, study, analysis, numbers, and my own research. So I'm all in and I'm up on XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And I've locked up my Ethereum with what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? It's called, where is it? Staking. I'm waiting for it to pend. It's still pending. So I couldn't be more in, and my entire crypto position is currently valued at 41.8. So it's a big part of my portfolio. I'm all in. I believe I've potentially got the bottom. If it goes lower, I'm not going to be margin called. Okay, let's move on. Now, these are my boldest predictions. These are my stocks and shares. Now, unlike many of you, I only own a few. I own the best. I don't need to own hundreds of stocks. I can't focus, study, build relationships around hundreds of stocks, but I can around a handful. The best index in the world is the S&P 500. It hosts the 505 best businesses in the world. And the best way of buying it is through VU. I am in on VU. I told you I would sell it in October as it reached its peak. Say yes in the chat if you remember that. I said I would return to VU when it was 20 times earnings. Say yes in the chat if I said that. And I did that. And I am buying with all my might. And I'm now up on it because I bought it at the right time. I have 25% of my portfolio, 145,000 in VU. Okay. First prediction. I did say that. I'm doing what I said I would. Coca-Cola, it's my best defensive in the S&P, unquestionably, because of its balance sheet, its profit, its margins, and so on and so forth. Coca-Cola, I made $40,000 from it this year, and I've used it to do my rotation trades. You rotate from tech into defensive at the right time. It's made me money. I'm back in it now with free money. And I've now got, because I traded, not because I sat there, I've now got $149,000 in my Coca-Cola, earning me $300 a month now. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Yes, $300 a month in dividends. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. SGov. SGov is the best way to buy short-term treasuries. I'm not in it at all. That's where scared money is sitting right now. One thing you cannot say about me is I'm not scared. I get upset and I get frightened for others, and I am frightened for those in Iran tonight, but I'm not scared of anything. In fact, I will rephrase that. I am scared, but I'm not prepared, but I'm prepared to push through. That's what I should say. I am scared, but I'm prepared to push through with things I know to be true. So I'm not in the SGov right now. I don't need to be. That's where scared money goes. All right. Now we move on to Google, Nvidia, and VUG. And again, I'd like you to fact check me. I told you that Google and Nvidia are the two best AI plays. If I said that, say yes in the chat. I told you why. Also, Google has a deal coming with Anthropic and the government. You've just heard about it today. I told you that a month ago was coming. It happened today. Warren Buffett knew it months ago. It's all about building relationships. Google, for the first time now, is up. Nvidia, for the first time now, is up. If you remember me saying that, say yes. Now then, at the same time as being in the right stocks at the right prices, as they do fall, which they did, I didn't buy them at the best prices, but I ended up with the best prices. I used my tax lots. I use my tax harvesting, all of which we teach and show you one-on-one support on Discord. I'll be there in a couple of minutes. It was scheduled for 25 seconds from now, but I'm a little bit behind with this video, this live stream. I'll be there in a minute. So I repositioned and I bought back by posting my harvest losses into VUG, which is as close to Google and Nvidia as you can get, because 13% of VUG is Nvidia, and another 13-14% of VUG through GOOG and GOOGL is in VUG. So it's about 30% of that ETF is Google and Nvidia. So as Google and Nvidia went down, I sold my top lots to bank the future harvesting, and then I bought VUG, because if you buy the same stock back, you lose the 30-day wash rule applies and you can't do it. But you can do it with XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, which is what I've been doing. And you know I've been doing that all the way down. Now it's all going up, all looking great. And you can see that from my Google and Nvidia and VUG. If I show you my tax losses, profit and loss for the all-time, oops-a-daisy, I've switched screen. I don't know how that happened. There we go. So go to all and go to year to date. There it is. So on paper, I've lost 17 grand. I haven't lost anything. I've simply done the transaction, moved from Google, Nvidia into VUG, posted a tax loss. So when I make money and I'm not going to sell, I'm just going to put it against my income from YouTube. This loss will go against my income. So I've future-proofed my future income. That's what I've done. I'm not actually selling anything. So my predictions were all right. I believe that, and again, I don't want to use the word belief. It sounds a religious thing. It's not a belief thing at all. It's numbers based upon facts and relationships that we've probably reached the bottom. It's a very brave statement to make at the beginning of what could be the Third World War tonight. But we got to look at history. We've been here before many, many times. And every single time in history, the same thing happens. In the 10% of the conflict, of the problem, of the issue, we bottom. World War I, it was about 4 months in. World War II, about 4 months in. If you look at the 10% over the 3.5, 4 years, there you go. If we think the war is going to be over in the next couple of weeks or month or tonight, we're 10% in. So at the end of the day, or thereabouts, all right? So we've priced in my opinion, the worst case scenario. Smarter people than you and I have worked out that we could have a nuclear attack tonight. People know that. If they're telling me and I'm finding this stuff out, people smarter and more connected than me know that. So that scenario has been priced in. Because remember, right? At the end of the day, the world will continue. And if the world doesn't continue, your stocks and shares make no odds anyway. So you might as well remain fully invested. So my prediction is very likely we have reached bottom. Now, if there is an attack tonight and the worst case scenario, the market will price that in as the worst case scenario and will build from there. So the market can rally. Crazy as it sounds. What if we row back and we get a deal? The market will rally on that as well. So either way round, we may have reached a bottom. And if we haven't, I can't see it going much lower. Now, of course, I might be wrong, but I'd rather be in and be wrong. I've got enough buffer power, enough of a buffer for my margin call. So I'm not going to get margin called, but I'd rather be in and be able to benefit from being in than sat on the sidelines. Because as we've proven on this show, over 4 years, and all through the facts that we've shared on this show, through history, in a man or woman's lifetime of investing, if you only missed 10 of the best days over the entire time, your portfolio would be half of its size. So it's not about sitting in cash waiting for the go sign. It's finding a way to remain in the game. As I've always said, it's not about how hard you can punch. It's about how many punches you can take and wear out your opponent. Stay in the game. Understand the tools of the trade. Tax lots, tax harvesting, all of these things. Reposition, rotation trades. Understanding what the FOMC means, inflation means. All of these things. And find a way to work and earn money and keep going and stay in the game. Now, if I'm right, either way, I could be up $100,000 tomorrow. 100,000 tomorrow. If it goes down, it goes down. I'll find a way to buy more. When I get paid on the 21st, in 2 weeks, I'll buy more. But I feel very confident. I feel confident because XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin has shown great resilience. And this war could have something to do with crypto. I shared that with you at the beginning. Some real evidence to suggest Iran, not part of the ISO deal, could have something to do with what's going on. Then we get the Clarity Act and boom, my 40 grand becomes 80 to 100 just on my crypto. The S&P 500 is now 20 times earnings. Historically, not the cheapest price by any means, but not that expensive either. And if you build in how good AI is as an efficiency trade, the S&P is good value. Coca-Cola, if you understand the business and what's involved and what's going to grow this year with the World Cup and everything else around it, you will know it's a good deal. Google and Nvidia, with the government contracts, Anthropic, I told you all about it. I gave you the targets. I was before Bank of America. You may remember I gave you the targets of Nvidia and Google, which are nearly double where they are today. And I shared that with you. And weeks later, Bank of America, Wells Fargo said the same numbers. If you remember me saying that, say that in the chat. Did I give those predictions? And then weeks later, Bank of America and Wells Fargo matched what I said. In fact, they went even further. So Google and Nvidia have a great future, least affected by inflation, least affected by oil, least affected by wars, problem solvers, and great businesses with great margins. Way to go. Absolutely. And by buying the bottom, because we didn't do it initially, selling them for tax losses, moving it into VUG and buying just as much as I had before, in fact more, I bought some more this morning. VUG, I'm now up for the very first time, and I've got $149,000. If you remember, and if you can confirm to the audience, this morning I shared with you on Discord and Electrum, I'm buying VUG and I'm buying the S&P 500. If you saw that on Electrum and Discord, say yes in the chat. And that was on a morning when everyone was selling out because of the war tonight. I was buying. So yes, I am nervous and I am a little bit scared, but I have a way to push through it. It's not easy, and I struggled today because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to broadcast. I didn't want to be a Meet Kevin sensationalist. I hope my thumbnails have been very plain and dark. Yes, there was a graphic image this morning of Adolf Hitler because people were comparing what Trump had said is exactly the same quotation that was used in history from Hitler. People were talking about it this morning all around the world, historians and war analysts. So I put that on the thumbnail, but it wasn't dramatic. Okay, it's dramatic to use a picture of Hitler, I guess, but no dramatic statement. Just the facts, just what Trump said, and today was just my prediction. I've not wanted to make money or subscribers or something out of this war because people are dying. And I shared that with you this morning, the real story behind the real people. And I didn't know what to cover. I admired and congratulated Vaz for going live. He was able to focus on his favorite stocks, the EVTOL stocks. I was unable to do it because I'm just an entertainer at the end of the day. I'm just a singer and a piano player. I'm very good at making money, and I think I'm quite good at playing the piano, right, and singing. But I struggle when it gets ugly. This whole game is ugly and I don't like it. So I struggle. So I apologize. I'm now going to go over to Discord. I'm 10 minutes late. I have to answer questions on Discord, but I want to apologize again for letting you down by not being here as much as I wanted to be. I am just me on my own. I'm sitting here and I don't enjoy these broadcasts at the moment. I want to get back to talking about balance sheets. I want to share with you information from CEOs, interview CEOs, talk about great businesses. I don't want to talk about wars. I don't want to talk about nuclear bombs, people dying. I just want to, I'm not political. I don't care what Trump says or doesn't say. But right now it's been all encompassing. And I don't like it. It makes me feel sick. And I'm really worried for the people in Iran tonight. We could be at the edge of World War III. And that is very, very unpleasant thought indeed. And I don't want to broadcast it. And I'm not going to go live tonight. Let's do a live broadcast. Get your popcorn out. Get your Coca-Cola out. Sit on your sofa with your air conditioning and watch people get blown to pieces. Great entertainment. No. I don't want to do that. I'll let others do that. I will be there watching it because I don't know what else to do, right? But I'll see you back in the morning. I'm now going over to Discord for my Discord members to set up some more trades, do live Q&A one-on-one. If you want to join me, there's Discord. There's my membership for YouTube. I'll be live tomorrow, back as normal, I hope. I hope tomorrow the world isn't in a third world war. I hope Trump has found a way to say we've got a deal of some description and we can all go back and stop fighting each other. I hope so. But remember, folks, I struggle. Okay. I've just had it confirmed from one of our sources that B-52 bombers are in fact in the air, and they will arrive around 8 p.m. tonight. I've just had that confirmed. Yeah. B-52 bombers are in the air, and they'll be in the region 8 p.m. tonight, which is the deadline. Well, they're on the way. They're in the air. The bombers are in the air. So, thank you for your understanding. Sorry to those that decided not to watch, unsubscribe. Those that said, you're all bashing Trump all the time. I'm not. I'm just delivering the news. Those that don't want to see the news, even though I present the facts to you, it's not easy doing this job right now. I'm not enjoying it, but I feel self-obliged to do what's right. I'll always be here for you, even if I stutter and struggle in between, because I'm just a musician, an entertainer. I'm not a hard-faced money man, and I don't like it, and I don't like trying to monetize it in any way whatsoever. So I wish everyone the best. Have a peaceful night. Try not to have nightmares. Think of those in the line of fire this evening, and hope that we have a peaceful day tomorrow and we can go back to just being investors and investing for our families, working hard, and buying great businesses and allowing them to do their thing. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate you all. I hope, again, this has been of value and of use. I'm sorry that some of you do not agree or find anything I'm doing valuable right now, but I will continue to do what I think is right. I'm now going to go over to Discord. I'll see you all there. And I wish everybody a peaceful, safe evening. But I can confirm in the last few seconds, you won't read this on the news, B-52 bombers are in the air and they will be in theatre by the deadline. Take of that what you will. What's on those bombers? Only time will tell. See you back in the morning. Remember, we are a family. We'll always be here, even if there are some hiccups in between. Thank you very much. I love you all, and I aim to do something good every day, the best I can. See you now on Discord. Take care of yourselves and each other.